Hey there, everyone! It's March. I'm back. It's Read Across America time. Whoop whoop! So those of you who are new to our school, weren't here last year, you missed our fabulous Read Across America celebration week, where we did everything Dr. Seuss. Because that's why we celebrate Read Across America, to celebrate Dr. Seuss's birthday and all his magical works. However, we missed Dr. Seuss's birthday while we were on vacation. It was on March 2nd. And I didn't want to jump right back into something after vacation, so we're going to celebrate it starting next week. And I wanted to just give you a little preview because it's going to be a little bit different than it was last year. So like I said, last year we just focused on Dr. Seuss. This year, we're going to do something different because we don't want to keep repeating ourselves. What's the fun in that? So we are going to have dress-up days. You'll have a piece of paper go home with you on what our themes are each day. But our books are going to be different, and we're not going to be studying an author. We're going to be studying a theme, and it's a theme that is super important to me. And I believe all your teachers as well. And it's a growth mindset theme. So you might be asking, oh, what does growth mindset even mean, Miss Bartlett? I've never even heard of this term. How are we going to have a whole week celebrating what a growth mindset is? Well, I have some good news. I'm going to do a little explanation of that for you today, and I'm going to need your help. I want everyone to close their hand into a fist. Now I want you to try to pick up a pencil without opening your hand. Can you do it? A little challenging, huh? This closed fist represents what we call a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is somebody who speaks negatively to themselves. They see challenges and like, I can't do that. I'm not even going to try. They risk maybe seeming silly. I don't know. Afraid people might make fun of them if they try something different. They might just not believe in themselves. They might think that they can't do something. Now I want you to open your hand. And I want you to pick up the pencil. A lot easier, right? This is a growth mindset. Did the pencil just jump into your hand? I highly doubt it. I mean, that would be really cool. You probably have superpowers if it did. But it took some effort on your part. You had to move your arm and your hand and your fingers, and they had to scoop up the pencil in order to pick it up. You had to use some muscles. Hey, guess what? Your brain is a muscle. Our first read aloud is really going to be teaching us a whole lot about how amazing our brain is and how we have the ability to learn anything we set our mind to. But the key thing is, it takes a little effort, just like picking up the pencil. So we're going to be talking about some important words related to having a growth mindset. You're going to see a ton of posters hanging up around the school that are quotes that support a growth mindset that you can go back to if you're feeling like a little fixed mindset is creeping in. There's going to be some bulletin boards about some really famous people that you might not know failed. Like really big fail before they made it. But they didn't give up because they had a growth mindset. And that's really what I want us to take away from next week is the power of saying, I can't do this yet. But with perseverance and grit, there's a really fancy words for never giving up and working really hard. We can achieve what we think right now might not be possible. And that is why this topic is so close and dear to me, because I want all of you to know that you can succeed if you put your mind to it and you have a growth mindset, not a fixed one. We all can learn. We all have the power to become an expert in something. Okay? You with me? So starting next week, we're going to be doing our read alouds with questions or maybe a little activity if your teacher chooses to really help us develop our growth mindset. And I'm going to be sending home, along with the dress up days, a little explanation to your parents about what a growth mindset is. Because this is kind of a new term. They didn't have this term when I was in school. So you guys are really kind of fortunate to be growing up right now where you can learn all this awesome stuff. I mean, we knew we had to work hard. There just wasn't a word for it. So, growth mindset. I'm going to send home to your parents a little something about what it is, how they could have one, how they can support you having one. Maybe, possibly, by the end of the week, you can teach your parents and your family members all about what a growth mindset really is. And you can be the role model for them. Because I'm going to be asking you to tell me and the school, how did you have a growth mindset today? That's going to be one of our bulletin boards. And what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Because oftentimes what holds us back is our own beliefs in ourselves. I know. I've been there. Okay? So we'll be sharing stories with each other. We'll be doing our read alouds. We'll have our dress up days. We'll talk more about how important it is that our brains, they can grow. One of my first graders actually taught me, hey, my brain can sparkle when I learn. And I love that idea. So let's all have sparkly brains. And I'll see you on Monday.